Alright guys, we're going to go over today's ritual. Hey fam, I'm Wipes, welcome back to Dip Disorder. Today I wanted to do a quick tutorial on how to use the Glamrdip Nail Art Pens. I think there's a lot of misconception on how they're used, so I thought I'd do a quick tutorial on how to use them. First off, what I've done is we've just got one colour, one layer, so that's base. This one's onesie. Base, seal, buffed it a little bit, and sealed again, so that's where we're at. So when we're using the pens, we need to use them when you are at, so you're buffing off the nail, you've done seal. That's when we use the pens, which is why I got them all to this stage. I didn't know how this video was going to pan out, so I did 4 just in case we're looking at different designs. But yeah, let's get started. Let's use, so the main colours I usually use is black and white. Generally it's for like French tips, but we might just branch out because, yeah, you know what, let's try purple, blue, and if we feel like any other colours. So with the pens, if you look on the side of them, not sure if you can read it because it's quite tiny, it gives you instructions on how to use the pens. So first you want to shake the pen so it moves the ink inside of it. Yeah, we'll just go shake the ink inside, and then when we're ready to use, if you can see this, we want to just push down on the surface, pull out on the surface, push down on the surface, and pull out on the surface. That means the ink has moved from being inside the pen to at the bottom. Now I know because it looks like a pen, our instinct is to use it. We need to do more. Use it like a pen. This might be better. Let's try a different colour, because this is not working for me. Alright, so you see the inks come out. So I know the instinct is usually to use it like a pen, right? So I don't know. What are we gonna do? So if you see that, it's kind of grainy in terms of the colour. The instinct is to use it like a pen because it looks like a pen. But really, the way you want to use it is like a really, really fine paintbrush. So if we think of it like a paintbrush, usually I will do the sides, using the sides of the pen. Oh my god. See that? Because if you use it this way, as you're doing your design, the ink flows with it, as opposed to when we're using it like a pen. So if you see, That's kind of the difference between the two. There's more control if you do it that way. This one, you kind of don't get as much control as you're wanting. Oh my gosh, and I'm doing this with all nails, it's so difficult. So yeah, we want to like the pen on its base, and you'll see like as you go, right, the ink comes out at the same time. Because the thing is, if we use it like a pen, the ink's not going to come out like that flow that you want. And with using the slide, you can kind of control how thick you want your lines to be, depending on the angle it's going. So yeah, makes it a little bit easier to do things. I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. Now, if you're like looking at that, because that looks a bit grainy, right? And you're thinking, actually, I want the colour to be a bit more darker, true to the colour of the pen that you can see. You'd need to wait for it to dry first, which usually takes a couple of minutes, and then we'd go on top. But the thing is, when we go on top, we need to remember not to treat it like a pen and treat it more like a thin paintbrush. I'll show you what I mean shortly. Let's try this one because it should be dry. Oh yeah. So the method we're going to do on this one is like a pen, so you can kind of see the difference. So if you see, and it's really obvious on the white and the black ones, when we're using it like a pen, it actually scratches the colour. When you don't really want it to scratch the colour, because if it's scratching the colour, it's still going to look grainy, right? Which is a bit darker. This one's dry. So what we want to be doing when we go back over is like a paintbrush. I'm just trying to get the flow of the ink to come through. Like a paintbrush, see? So if you find that it's not like coming out like that, we just need to push it in slowly, pull out slowly so the ink can flow. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the difference between the two, because that kind of indicates where we're at. So this one was using it like a pen, and you can see it's still kind of grainy and it was scratching the colour off, but this one more flows with it. Now if you still want it darker, you know the steps. We need to just go over it again, but wait for it to dry, go over it again, and like how we're using it as a paintbrush. Not really, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's scratching it now. Okay, we've got some there. See when it flows like that, it actually looks like paint. And that's what you want. The true colour. Yeah. So that's basically it for using the nail art pens. What we need to do next, so we encapsulate it, is putting, first waiting for it to dry, is putting base and then clear on it. If we put seal on it or glow on it, it's, nah, it's not gonna work. I suppose you could do glow. Let's have a look at the difference, between the two. I've got a glow beside me. So I use the top one to do straight glow because instructions say straight glow on there. I was reading it. Usually I wouldn't do straight glow. Usually I would do a clear layer and then glow on top. Still looks a little bit wet. Let's go with glow for this one. And it gives you kind of a contrast between. So that was glow on that one. And we'll do base on this one. Now clear's probably dry. Because for this tutorial buffing wasn't included. Alright, so this is dried. Let's check on seal. What's this up here? So, if we look at the difference between the two, this is the encapsulated glue, and this is the one that isn't. And you can kind of tell the difference as well, like the quality of it. So I still say we do clear, seal, then glow. For if you're using the pens. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the pens. They're not too difficult to use, but I think once we change the mindset of thinking of it as like a thin paintbrush instead of a pen, that kind of changes how it, you know, to use it kind of thing. But yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for joining. That's today's ritual. And thanks for joining me. The next ritual is waiting.